another video again. So I'm talking about the four dimension or three third dimension, which is how could you know if you are on the still in third dimension or fourth dimension. So I will put here an image that I have downloaded. So maybe even challenging your old belief. You're not already, you are out of 4D, you're still in third dimension because we are all are against something. So we are still in third dimension. It's a sample, I mean. That part which is we are against, we don't believe, we doubt, we fear that belief that it comes from our eyes, sorry, in our eyes, in our knowing any people that comes in front of you or comes in your social media, then you won't ever bother to at least uh, hear the whole message of it. Then you just heard one. Then you accumulated it as that's a lie or that message is nonsense. Or if the feelings came also, then just looking at the face of the person, it feels you feel like irritated to that person unknowingly. You hate it, etc. Because it doesn't pass your standard that they are saying. Even the intonation, the grammar of the words, the any languages, the type that you wanted, we didn't even pass that four dimensions. It accumulates that old. So everything is challenges. If even that part you didn't accept, you're still in third dimension. So you're still in Egypt or you're the Egyptian. Exactly, Egyptian itself. So maybe for what I do, I know even leaders because as from the very beginning, I have already told that they know, they know, but they are just being silent. Maybe one of the leaders. I give irritation also and step their standards. Ego, pride, and what else? Their pains and traumas. The triggering. So let's share a message.
They're shocked that you are who you said you are. King of Pentacles and the World. You hold this spiritual ranking that you tried to convey to them in like an indirect way. Page of Cups, you've known this about yourself since you were a child. So you know how to convey this in a way that doesn't seem like you're bragging or being boastful or being arrogant. You know how to allow your actions to speak for you, to let what you're not saying fill in the blanks very adequately. And you gave these people or this person ample warning, so to speak, that this Ace of Pentacles is making me think that like the message here that your spirit team was saying through you to this person or people was something along the lines of like, see my value or leave me alone. Don't come in here and try and mess up what I have going for myself just because you want to feel like you have power or control or some other nefarious reason for coming into your life, right? And these people are learning the hard way that that message wasn't from a place of ego. It was from a place of, hey, I know who I'm connected to on the other side. I'm aware of my ranking. I'm aware of my gifts, abilities, and how they are needed for the collective. So don't come in here trying to stop that from happening, because the consequences are going to be not so great for you if that happens. And now they're in this energy because they tried to do this to you. They tried to stop you. And 8 to 9, your spirit team said, okay, I'll see that move and I'll raise you one. Now they're the ones that are in this 9 of Swords. Very worried energy, very, oh no, what did I do type energy. Because you were defended here. Your team quite literally almost like jumped down in front of you as you were on this path and put this caution sign right in front of your face so you couldn't miss it. And you were like, oh, this is a little too direct of a message to ignore. Almost like if someone from your spirit team was giving you like 911 type signals and you were like, oh, I can't ignore this because I know the bigger implications of what happens if I go against my intuition. And whoever this was that wanted some kind of forced control over you. We have Page of Swords, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. This was a mental battle. And the goal of this mental battle was to get you trapped, to keep you stagnant. And that karmic boomerang is hitting because they are the ones that are now sitting up at night wondering, why didn't I heed the warnings when I was getting the feeling that I should not be proceeding with this plan against this person, as in you. Queen of Swords right behind it, you're meant to be bringing some kind of knowledge to the collective so that those who are in a situation of bondage can figure out a way to reframe their psyche, reframe their internal dialogue, reframe their thought patterns so that they can get unstuck. And your spirit team, your angels, guides, ancestors decided to use this person as an example of what happens if people try to step in and stop your mission. They will be stopped. They will be worried. You're showing up as the Empress and they wanted to make you carry their burdens at the expense of walking forward onto your path. And that just wasn't going to happen. And now, you know, the plan that fell apart, it's almost like this puzzle, right? Think of a puzzle being laid out on the table, and they were about to put the final piece in this puzzle. And once this puzzle was complete, whatever picture was on that puzzle would manifest into real life. And this was the picture on that puzzle. And they only needed to put one more piece onto this puzzle and boom, it was going to manifest for you. Because you were accepting each piece as it was being put down. And your team allowed that to happen because they knew that they were going to step in right before that final piece, give you that 911 warning sign, and they knew that you were spiritually inclined enough to believe your intuition, even if you didn't have the external proof of why that was the case, okay? So your spirit team stepped in with that caution sign and said, okay, you want this for the collective? We'll take it one step further and we'll bring this to you plus one more sword. So not only are you trapped, stagnant, stuck, but also you're in this mental battle that you don't know how to get out of, as in those who tried to stop you. So your spirit team came in right at the right time before they were able to put this final piece of the puzzle in place. And essentially what that was almost think of it like they're sitting at a desk and they're about to put this final piece in. And you know those videos where like, it's usually a wife completing a puzzle and then someone will come and knock the whole thing off the table. They were about to put this piece in place and your angel swooped in and went, not today. And the entire puzzle fell onto the floor and broke into pieces. The entire plan fell apart. Except what they really weren't counting on, first of all, they weren't counting on that to happen at all. They didn't even realize that was a thing, that this divine intervention could come and knock this entire plan off the table. That wasn't even a thought in their mind. So step 2 of that is all of these pieces that they intended to send to you as a means to stop you. Now all of these pieces are on the floor of their environment. So one by one by one, everything they intended for you is going to manifest into their life because that's the only way to get these puzzle pieces up off the floor. They need to learn the lessons of why you don't try and pull someone who's on a divine mission off of that path. They couldn't believe that you actually were who they were getting sign after synchronicity after confirmation that you are. And now they're realizing that that is actually the case. You are actually divinely protected. You are actually on a mission here that's bigger than you, and they actually are not able to stop that. Despite all of their hard work, all of their planning, all of their look, these are the puzzle pieces. All of these puzzle pieces used to be on the table as one picture, and they just needed this one that was right under their feet. They just had to bend over, pick it up, put it on the table, and then boom, this image would then manifest into your life. You would be stuck. You would be trapped in this mentally draining, I'm too stuck in my mind to fulfill my external path situation. And when they went to pick up this piece, your angel said, swoop, not today, not any day, ain't happening. And all of their hard work, look, here's another image of it. Look at this pentacle that's under the bench. They just had to pick it up. They just had to put it in the proper order. And they got blocked from doing that, just like they were trying to block you. That is the turnaround here. They intended to put this burden on you, to stop you from seeing your own light, so that you would be stuck. And as soon as that flipped around, they are now stuck, but also they're sitting there anticipating, oh no, if this was divine intervention that stopped this shoulda worked plan, I know there's going to be karma. I know there's going to be consequences. And now they're sitting, anticipating, waiting, almost manifesting that for themselves. They are quite literally learning that when you play dumb games, you win real dumb prizes that you're not going to want.
People believe, I know, they love meat in their physical, like even in spiritual. Actually, plants are more nutritious. But yes, meat can give us something about strength or etc. that they can give, but plants are more nutritious, especially fish. That's why some messages always says, eat fish foods, ground your energy, etc. Or connect yourself to the nature. And it's quite, you can see the hungerness of that meat on poor people, especially poor people. They are more on that stuff than, because rich people really are only considering the fitness that they are saying, the good body. So they consume salads. And as for people, I observe it also more at that part. We are more on the nature of a rich people, but we cannot even afford it, right? So maybe that's the thing that we have to learn also. Cannot afford, but we wanted. We wanted, but we cannot afford. It's a cycle also, a matrix that we cannot come out. We want to be rich, but we want someone to do it. But actually, you yourself can give it. You are wanting to rush, then because of that rushing, you even destroy someone's life. Like you come towards a person that you didn't love. You just love your purpose to be on a path that you wanted through your life. Then you got children, and even that children you didn't even love. Sometimes because of the figure or face that they are saying. You love that face and figure, but when you got to the point that you both have a children, you didn't even love it also. Or one of your children is beautiful. If you are man, you saw a child which is beautiful girl, or a woman, you saw a your child boy is a handsome. and you only love those faces, the not the nature of the child itself. That's how people today is. So everything needs to be balanced. As I say, there's a lot of things that we have to change and set aside. Those, because it was also added in the culture itself. It was it started from the ancestors. Then we are also doing it the generations, and it's a part of the pyramidal that matrix also that they implemented is part of the Egyptian how to control someone because they have a leader also, right? But from the other people, it's just there living, and their leader is their faith and believe in God. But there are one place in the past. I'm talking about this the history of the Bible. In the past, there's one place which is Egypt who implemented a leader that controls people. That's how we are today. So, in addition, the meaning of the blessings that they are saying, because we only really believe the blessings which is the money. How can you get unhappy if you are really free, even though you have a lot of problem, but naturally you are free because our problems today is all about in the brain. How can you be sad if there's no part that you would not be sad, even though there's a lot of problem, right? How come that that person wanted you to experience the soulless or miserable life, but you didn't agree with it? That's the well-being itself, because people still doesn't understand that well-being, free well-being, or because we believe on control. That's the part also of the matrix on that Egyptian style. They believe in control, so that they will hold that person. So if you are still doing that one, you're that you are still on that part of Egypt. You didn't even come out in believing also that you don't deserve to be happy if I'm not happy. You don't have a right to say that also because that person has a well-being as you. You you should be ashamed of thinking that on that part. Thinking that that person should suffer as you are suffering. Then you are the one who has a problem, not that person. Maybe you really needed a help. Let's stop from that part.
Is it in your nature to consume the flesh of animals? The Gnostics, an ancient group of highly spiritual and enlightened beings, believed you were not naturally meant to eat flesh. In your time, they might be seen as what you call chosen ones, or starseeds. They believed in a material realm and a spiritual realm that affects you. They saw your flesh as corrupt, but your spirit as your true essence. For them, the consumption of flesh was thought to keep your soul trapped in the physical realm and body, preventing your spiritual growth. They believed the fruits and vegetables we eat are powered by the sun's energy, allowing us to absorb divine energy, fueling the soul and raising your vibration. A Gnostic text warns you, those who engage in harm will face spiritual darkness. Some believe that the practice of eating flesh was a deception you were tricked into, causing you to inherit this spiritual darkness. Their food choices were part of a holistic approach aimed at freeing your soul from what they saw as the corruption of your physical world. While you might believe animals were placed on earth for your consumption, the Gnostics believed the creator of nature placed fruits on earth for your nourishment, not the animals. Ask yourself, would an angel consume flesh?
challenge yourself from that old belief that they are saying. But to come out with a good result, pray to God to give the wisdom and knowledge and understanding it, the connections. That any belief that comes in you, new information that they are saying, you doubt it, but soon you will understand it. Because the things that you known as lie or etc. If you seek deep, it is still connected actually. Even the thing that they are saying about the verse in Revelation, which is the marriage, like they are always saying that one, the marriage of Jesus Christ in this in a woman, there is a meaning beyond more about that message. But they are just giving the information as like that. But as you that seeks more in challenging that something new in the table, in just asking God, is this message, is it true, or just seeing more informations online or talking to someone, you will get the message. That new belief, you will be enlightened that they are saying, and you will be awakened on a new messages. So so I centered my talking about that new challenging your old belief because we are struggling at that part. That's why we don't believe a person, because it was connected also of pride and ego. Maybe we have to more gentle and bring down that pride and ego, then understand why that message came from you and challenge yourself. That's the way you will challenge the dragon self, your dark self. You're doing your work also to enlighten or awaken yourself and heal something also from part of pains and traumas. First, yes, I have typed it that it will really challenge your knowing, your belief, your faith from God, because you are fearing that you will make a sin and give wrong information, especially you know the principles of life and laws of God that they're saying. At least I can say you are known it, but soon the dark clouds will be cleared at your path. Then the different feeling that they're saying, uh, yeah, the doubt, the fear, the awkwardness, the division, the duality of feeling, the feeling of or irritation of going against a person, because we are struggling to hear someone also. We just if we don't want to hear, we don't want to hear, and we will straightforwardly say something to that person to uh, stop that person talking. Like if you're arguing about saying one another's feelings, and you wanted to say also your feelings to that person, but I'm going to add a low self-esteem. It will fix your low self-esteem will be fixed at least at that part also. You cannot even fight for yourself. The ones who is always a winner will be the other person, even though he or she is not correct. I'm giving you only an example. So here comes again. You will put yourself in a pity situation. But even though you have low self-esteem, if you challenge yourself to come forward, so that's it. Let's come back again. No, so we are going to another information. So let's come back. Stopping yourself that even though you're correct, at least you are more patiently controlled person. So you will just allow that person to talk. Maybe because that person has a bad day, etc. But at least you don't affect yourself. Your peace of mind that they are saying. Peace of care also. The feeling. Just accept that moment. Like saying to yourself that I accept this moment, experiencing again. Then actually you can get more freedom at that part. That even though you know you're correct, at least you became humble that they are saying. Then let that person talk, even though it's negative. Because later on, it will be positive for you than giving your energy in a nonsense situation. That is what we call emotionally intelligence. Self, let's move on in the situation. Let it be if it already happened, like you are talking yourself like that. The move on of energy also. That's why you can say you're not always affected on something, but giving yourself be more stronger. You know why people really can easily burst, because they don't accept that they should fight for themselves also. You can fight for yourselves, but in the right moment. But if it's about nonsense, never mind. Like a bigger purpose of fighting for yourself, especially those peoples that give lies to your name. You just go standing and doing your task and purpose in life, making them prove who you are, that they are uh, uh, giving a story of stain from it. As long as you know yourself, your what you are doing, than proving to them that they are right. Sometimes we prove them they are right to just feed our pride and ego. That's why sometimes our pride and ego leads us astray or chaos or a sinful act. That's why irritation comes, then you burst, and sometimes people can also press their fellow or kill, as we are saying, as we always hear on the news, those crimes that people do, because control is on the emotional intelligence also, controlling your emotions, just accepting that it will come, then later on it will be suppressed, like nothing happened. Then the feeling of move on is there, and like fish air. That even you have a problem, big problem, it's like nothing happened. Even though you have a, I can say sample, you have a million loan, you have always in your mind, there's always a solution for that, so that I can pay for that debt or my loan. That's how it works also in the brain and the feeling itself. That's why people cannot understand a happy spirit that they are seeing. They always feel that that person, uh, they irritated, I mean. They feel irritated, jealous, envy of something that they didn't even work for themselves. Like they even give a notion of, I think this person, the feeling of happy-go-lucky, the real happy-go-lucky. There is a fake happy-go-lucky, those who go there and just go to the bar and spend money, and etc. Like a happy, but inside not happy. That's a fake happy-go-lucky. The real happy-go-lucky is spirituality happy. Sometimes there's a problem in physical, but still happy that they are saying. They thought. That's why people thought as that person has no problem, because they didn't know that spirituality, that person is okay even though there's a lot of problem. Sometimes spirituality there would be big challenges, that peace of mind that they are saying. But I can say that spirit will easily be on the mode of move on. That's why people also cannot move on easily because they themselves doesn't know how to accept, doesn't know how to challenge themselves, doesn't know how to come forward and fix themselves, doesn't even know to respect. And that way you are respecting that person also. Respecting yourself also because you're giving the peace of mind and doesn't care about that. As I've said, even though you are right, as long as you give the ease and peace to yourself that it needed, emotionally intelligent or knowledgeable, if only people knows how it really feels. It really feels nice. The thinking of you can apply all actually. There's a law in spirituality and physically. You can balance it because sometimes it connects the laws of spirituality and the physical, the governments that made. It connects. As long as you want to step the boundaries of spirituality, those bad actions from nature's, animals, and human, those laws. It's like seeing you like being okay. It's like a prison to those that's already a karma for them. For those who spread lies through your name. Seeing you like you're okay, you just move on. You don't care. Seeing you happy. It's imprisonment of their miserable life. That's why some people really is happy when they are looking at you miserable, feeding their ego and pride at that part. And actually, I have said this before that them are having the problem of mental actually. If you are irritated of their attitudes towards that one, you don't have a problem actually because you are hurtly the right pride and ego. You are hurt of their bad reactions. So we Israelites that walking in our Father's name God already has this earth for us. This moment from the very beginning. So those people that doesn't accept that one, automatically they are the ones who are cast away that they are saying. Like what happened to the Egyptians that doesn't believe on the people that came to give a message. Like Moses, Abraham, the stories on the Bibles that those people that gives information and some believe in some doesn't believe. So those people that doesn't believe are the ones who, well, I have to say died because flood is there, but God actually promised to, is that Moses or Noah? Yeah, the ark Noah. Yeah, because Moses is the one who divide the river. Ah, yeah, who drowned or etc. You believe it or not, that story really happened. That Bible really happened in our past. Because people really say it that that's only Bible. But it's a historical also. Like our history books. It has only a special name which is Bible. It includes in our history life. So let's continue. I hope you understand something on what I've said. Well, I'm going to say goodbye. See you again later in my next videos. Subscribe, click the notification, comment if you want for more information, and share and like. Thank you for watching.